fall in love, you're going to get married, and then you're going to have children. Today it's, I'm going to turn, in some cases, 12, and I'm going to have fun. When I was about 18, 19 years old, if a man and a woman lived together outside of marriage, it was called, do you remember, Vange?
Living in sin.
Living in sin. Today, more people are living in sin than are married. That's not good. What happens in this world when we fall away from the truth, when we fall away from God, society falls apart. It has always fallen apart because it has always, at some point in time, every great nation has fallen away from the truth. Um, Ancient Rome, ancient Greece, uh, Sodom and Gomorrah, uh, you know, just look around anywhere.
Egypt.
All of the great societies of Western civilization and Eastern civilization all have fallen away eventually. And they all followed the same,
Of course.
yeah, the same course to stupidity. Spend too much, uh, save nothing, don't work, and forget about God.
And Tom, I sent you an email, was it this week? And it was an email written, our country's going down the wrong path. We spend too much, we spend more than we have, our families are falling apart, um, we're running a deficit, everyone is on public assistance. And where did it come from? Ancient Rome. An ancient Roman ruler said that about their society. Does it sound familiar? We're there today. That's the frightening thing.
There's one other problem. There is an evil in this world that really does exist. Evil does exist. It is called, they try to put a nice name, a nice spin on it. Why, that's um, the crazy Muslim. What do they call them? Uh,
Fanatics.
yeah, Muslim fanatics. I've met many, 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 many Muslims who are very fine people. But I look at history, and I hate to tell you this, folks, they've been killing Jews and Christians
And
for about 1,500 years. And the problem, of course, is they're getting stronger as we Christians are getting weaker. We're getting weaker. They're willing to die for their false ideals. Are you willing to die for yours? Huh? Is that's a fair question. Someday, Jesus said it many times. One day your soul will be asked of you. Will you be willing to give it? I don't believe that this is. It's only 11:16, or oh, it's 11:20. Okay. I just had to make sure. I have to absolutely be gone in a few minutes. But kind of mighty glad we've got the older kids here today. Um, how many of you have seen things in your lives that you know are wrong and yet are it's something that's being done? Huh? At school? Yeah. What is it that you've seen?
Murder.
You've seen murder.
But as a public defender, so I
Oh, wow.
see things.
You know, I've actually witnessed 3 murders in my lifetime. Not a fun thing to see. And I was never in the army. So if I saw a person killed, there was something wrong. How about anything else? How about your friends at school? They're all saintly little kids. You know what? Yeah,
Materialism.
materialism. Do you know how Satan will work on you to get you to turn from Christ? Do you know what he'll do? First of all, he will tell you, I don't exist. That's number one, because he's got to get you to believe that he does not exist so that you don't ever think that something, Satan made me do it. It's a false assumption, not the truth. He does exist. Then he'll work on your friends. And he knows everybody's weakness. He knows everything. See, written back there, one more thing. He will find that one thing that will turn you away from God. If you ever get a chance, how many of you have read the book of Job in the Old Testament? Job was a very good man who loved God, and Satan said to God, yeah, Job loves you, but just let something bad happen to him and he'll turn away from you. And God said, I don't think so. And he said, well, take away his family, his wife and kids and animals, everything. They all died. Job was very upset, obviously. But he turned to God. And Satan got irritated by that. Well, not all of those things happen all at once. First his animals died, then his children died, then his wife died. And each time Job went to God and basically said, I'm yours, do with me what you will. And when we do his will, we're actually having a much better life. In the end, Job got back much more than he ever, he got a new family, new kids, and a whole lot of new animals. And if it were possible, he'd probably be driving a Cadillac, but maybe he was driving a nice ox-drawn cart. But in any way, eventually, all the good things Job did get. And it is, bad things always happen to very good people.
May I turn? My concern is distraction. We are distracted by so many things today. How many times do we look up from our phone and talk to our family?
Oh boy.
Texting, tweeting,
Well, at least if you are on FaceTime, you're actually looking at the person you're talking to.
But I'm just saying
Even
that
though
we're
it's
so
a-
distracted. And that distraction robs us from our ability to do great things. Because why? Because we're spending our time doodling instead of becoming who we were meant to be and looking at our future and doing great things. That's my concern with this generation today. And certainly we had our own issues as we were growing up. But being distracted is such a huge waste of time that I'm concerned. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Remember one thing. You're here for a reason. You're here in this room for a reason. You're here in this church. You're here in this world for a reason. How many of you know why you're here? You do. Congratulations. I never knew why I was here. I know now, and I'm sure all of you will know someday. Right now, you don't know. Keep in mind some of the things. I'm going to tell you some things that I have learned through the years. Number one, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. He's got plans, and he always seems to win. Okay? I don't know if you guys know this, I was headed to seminary. And I found out I have MS. I thought God was telling me, I want you in the seminary, I want you to be a priest, I want you to teach, I want you to do whatever. And I was wrong, because I got MS. And I thought, why would God put me through everything he put me through? Because let me tell you, the last thing most people want to do is go become a priest. That's not top on the list. Unless when God starts to call you, you can't help but listen. And we could go into why some other time. So, when I heard I have MS, I thought, well, everything will be fine. And of course it was. But I said to God, God kneeled down and prayed. And I said, God, if you can take everything from me, and he's taken a lot, please leave me with my mind and my mouth. That way I can think and I can teach and I can do your will. So far, I'm doing okay. But not only has it been that, but the things I've done since I got sick have been unbelievable to me. Because I figured, I belong to God. God, do with me what you will. And I didn't like a lot of the things that he did. I didn't like it, but everything had its purpose. And each and every one of you have a purpose. Big or small, it might be you need to be there to open a door for me, and that's why God put you here. That might be all. But if I need the door opened, do it. Because if you don't, you miss out on heaven. I don't doubt it's that severe, but it's possible. I think I will wrap things up. I would like one of you to